People believe that Wack 100 is one of the secret informants in Big U's RICO case. You know, the big drawdown that got certain no jumper employees locked up right now fighting for their lives. Well, Big U's also fighting for his life, and he wants to know who exactly are these hidden informants. And a lot of people believe after Poetic Flacco's viral video about Big U last night, if Wack 100 is indeed CHS2, because he was known as CS2 back in a different case. Could it be that Wack is the secret informant? Listen, we gonna get to the bottom of it. We gonna get to the files. You can see this documentation right here. Listen, I want y'all to hit the hype button and hit the like button, cause we about to get deep.
Sipping slow, yakking the act, thinking I'm dead.
Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes. Make sure you hit the hype button because it helps the channel in a major way. Listen, man, it appears that after a Poetic Flacco video that just went viral and a document was shown in that same video, that people believe that Wack 100 is behind this CHS2 person because the names are eerily similar to a previous case in which Wack went by CS2 back. Could it be the same person? Is it Wack that is this secret informant that everyone believes that he is in this case? Listen, we gonna jump into the content and we gonna get to the bottom of it. I need y'all to hit the like and hit the hype, gang. Let's do it.
Big U's worst nightmare just became a reality. The one thing that Big U was praying didn't come to fruition just came to fruition. His last hope to beat this murder, conspiracy, and RICO charge is over with and done. Big U is never seeing daylight again. And the people responsible for him never seeing daylight again are people he trusted. Big U has been in a state of panic after finding out what we all just found out. And I know he was in a state of panic because only somebody who is desperate would allow his lawyer to play with him how his lawyer's been playing with him. Big U's lawyers, from my perspective, has been filing a bunch of unnecessary things, just collecting up a check. Things that we know ain't going nowhere. Things like this, like Big U filing a motion in Los Angeles federal court demanding that prosecutors turn over the names and files of everyone who was helping the government build his RICO case against them. Big U.
I ain't gonna lie. Good luck with that. Listen, if they are already looking at you as someone who could do some type of witness tampering, and they look at you and are accusing you of being an extortionist, someone who's extorting people. Remember, this is their accusations, right? Because he had to go to court and all that. If they deem you to be these things, then this will definitely not be granted for any good reason. But I guess I get it because he wants to know exactly who's doing it. But it jeopardizes what they want to happen, right? It jeopardizes the possibility of him doing however much time they want him to do. But it could work in his favor because, listen, we're not saying that it's witness tampering, but maybe there can be an argument. You know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? But I guess he's trying to do whatever is best in his power to see these people. But obviously, I'm assuming that whoever his attorneys are the ones trying to push this. But let's continue.
His lawyer says he can't defend himself properly without knowing who's talking and what they actually says. Big U is currently fighting intimidation charges, extortion charges. You think the judge is about to grant you guys the names to the known and unknown informants as Big U is asking for? He's not just asking for the cooperating witnesses who are going to take the stand against him. He's asking for the unknown informants who said anything about him during this investigation, who are still currently on the streets working as informants. Big U's new court filing goes straight at the cooperation pipeline. He wants the court to force prosecutors to reveal both the known and unknown cooperating witnesses along with all their reports and communications. Big U has a right to face his accusers. He's gonna face the witnesses because they gotta come to court and testify. So of course he's gonna find out at some point, but he wants the name of the unknown cooperants who gave information during a RICO investigation. People who got pulled in and was given leniency to talk a little bit. He won them. People who are still on the streets working. That's not going to happen, bro. Big U is literally known for extortion. known for intimidation, muscling, pulling up, and get.
Allegedly. Allegedly, no. All right. Allegedly. Alleged, champ. Listen, this is what they accusing. Look, the government can say whatever they want. They can paint the narrative however they want. They do the same thing for said criminal organizations overseas, right? Can't just go with the narrative just it sounds good to say. It sounds proper to call a man these things, but do you have proof of these things? Because listen, looks may be deceiving. Everything is not what it seems. But again, who knows, man? Will he even be able to fight this case? Who even knows, man? Will he have a fighting chance in this case? Who knows? They looking at him as the head of an insane RICO, to where they're also saying he's responsible for someone's unaliving and etc. So this can get very ugly very fast, and it already is ugly and been ugly, to be honest. I don't know what this means for the other people that are involved in this RICO, but hey, champs, we're gonna keep this thing going. Hit that like and hype button if you have not.
It's not happening. It's just another example of this lawyer racking up these lawyer fees by giving him false hope. But the reason why Big U even filed that motion is because Big U found out around the same time we found out that people very close to him was working against him the entire time. When Big U became aware that his phones were wiretapped and the feds were listening to his conversation, he came up with a strategy where him and his homies could still communicate. They would call each other, speak in code, and instruct each other to link up at a particular location. That location was the Under the Hood Muscle Car Repair Shop, which was Bear Claw Shop. They will all link up at Bear Claw Shop. Brick Baby will link up there. Big U will link up there. Bear Claw, or anybody they wanted to have a conversation with about this, potential RICO or the murder case or anything they wanted to talk about streetwise, they will link up at that shop to talk about it, which is why the feds became really interested in that shop, almost obsessed with that shop. They set up pole cameras near the shop, and they began to work with people around Big U to get them to turn so they could have access to the shop and the conversations that took place in that shop. The feds became aggressive with Big U after Big U allegedly murdered Rayshawn Williams. After Big U committed the murder in Vegas, that's when
Allegedly. Once again. Allegedly. You don't know that for a fact. You don't know that for a fact. Y'all can't push these narratives. This is what the feds is bringing up against them. People are telling, they saying these things. This doesn't make it factual, champ. A thing must be proven. Now, DNA evidence will suggest there's multiple DNAs, so there's really no proof of who did it. So they just pinning it on Big U. Yeah, they pinning it on you because that's just who they feel is responsible for everything. They believe that is the muscle, the head of operations in this so-called big drawdown RICO, right? So there's several different DNAs. There ain't no proof that Big U did this, by the way. Like, no proof. So say he did it? Nah. Sounds proper for the feds to say, but you are trying to help the feds. Let me not forget these things. Let's continue.
Feds became aggressive with Big U. So whenever Bear Claw and Big U wanted to speak about the murder case or details surrounding Rayshawn Williams' death or potential witnesses, they will meet up at Bear Claw's shop. Now, whatever system Bear Claw and Big U came up with to where they can identify who to trust and the specific people that are allowed to be present when they discuss this murder case, that system worked because the feds tried everything in their power to get somebody to be in that room when the conversation and the meetings happen with a wiretap on them, but they couldn't. They tried their hardest.
All right, we're going to skip this because there is actually the documentation that we need to look at with this whole CHS2 thing, very similar to CS2 back.
CHS2. Now, CHS2 has been working with the feds since about 2020. They try to get them to be one of the people who try to infiltrate the target location, Bear Claw shop, and be present for one of those meetings with the targeted communicators. And they said, hell nah. What? You trying to get me killed? So CHS2 has provided information on Big U and other associates of Big U CHS2 was limited to providing information he/she received from an acquaintance of Henley. CHS2 does not have the ability to consensually record conversations with Big U, nor the ability with targeted communicators at the target location. While CHS2 does have the ability to consensually record conversation with one of Big U's associates, CHS2 fears for his/her safety if he/she were to develop a closer relationship with him. CHS2 has been providing information to the FBI since October of 2020.
Since October of 2020. You hear that, champs? Listen. Who that sound like? Now, we know that Wack 100 has been going at Big U for quite some time. 2020 seems about the correct timeline in which Wack 100 was online spewing things about Big U in a negative light. Now, this comes after Wack 100 does the interview with 6ix9ine. Because, remember, Wack was good with Big U, right? And he also is married to Big U's sister, right? Big U's sister is his ex-wife now. Now, Wack 100 obviously wanted some type of get back against Big U because Big U is painting Wack 100 as a rat and is the first person to paint Wack 100 as some type of rat because he's doing this interview with 6ix9ine, right? Doing an interview with 6ix9ine at that time looks incredibly suspect, especially for someone like Wack 100 who was around Big U, right? So Big U basically banned Wack from technically LA, if we're being honest. Like, Big U technically banned Wack from LA, not only the 60s, the rolling 60s area, not only their territory, but pretty much LA as a collective. Because you ain't gonna see Wack just roaming around people's hoods per se, right? Even though he tries to bully these gang members on podcasts, you're not gonna see him around no LA hoods. It's just, no, he's not gonna be there. He's not protected there. He's not welcome there. And he left a bad mark. So, could it be the same CS2 back that is CHS2? Could it be the same, or is it just a coincidence, gang? Because to me, the timelines is kind of adding up. Maybe I'm wilding. I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Make sure you hit the hype button too. Let's keep it going.
CHS2 has provided information on Big U's involvement in human trafficking activities. However, right, the LA task force has not yet been able to corroborate the information. CHS2 does not live in Los Angeles and does not have immediate access to Big U. Now, here's what really gets me. Now, CHS2 is...
Wack 100 doesn't live in LA. By the way, see, very similar. So you are the confidential informant or secret informant, and you're telling me you don't live in LA, but you also have given a lot of information on Big U. And that could be anybody, right? But we just gotta be real. Who else don't live in LA, champ? Let's continue.
My type of guy or my type of gal, because apparently the benefit for them cooperating since 2020 has been strictly monetary. So CHS2 has received monetary compensation in return for his/her information and assistance on other FBI investigations. So this person is investigating to get paid. Like, they are a hired rat. The hesitation we've seen from CHS2, like...
A hired rat. A rat for hire. An employed rat. Yeah, champ, we got rodents with good paying jobs, champ. Did you know that? Well, you know now. Listen, that's kind of crazy, right? Who is this rat that's receiving these funds for telling on Big U that don't reside in the Los Angeles area, huh, champ? Who could it be? I wonder. I don't know, gang. Y'all guess is as good as mine. As far as I can see, I think it could be Wack 100. Who do you think it is? We're going to find out soon. I mean, it's going to go viral if Wack has to face Big U in court and he's the one doing these things. I'm just saying.
Was like recurring, right? Among the other like rats. See, the rats felt comfortable like hearing something and coming back and snitching, or doing business with Big U and then telling about the business they do with Big U, but they didn't feel comfortable walking into the Lion's Den, which is Bear Claw shop, wired up. They didn't feel comfortable doing that, bro. Because even like the rats who are close to Big U felt like, man, listen, man, like I'm close to Big U, but in order for me to be present at that like targeted location, I gotta be like it, like I gotta be within the know-how, or I gotta be one of his henchmen, right? For me to win over his trust, I gotta do some dirt for the man. And then, I've never been to this targeted location. I've never been in those meetings. I don't know if everybody is pat down for wires beforehand. I go to the meeting, I get pat down, there's wires down, guess what, I'm dead. CHS2 couldn't do it, so they try to get one of their most trusted rats, CHS3, to do it. Now,
oh, champ. Now, who is CHS3? Now, CHS2 might be Wack, but could CHS3 be Wack? Who knows? One of these could be Wack, or might not be Wack at all. We just speculating here. And do I believe the Wack's one of these people? Oh yeah, he gotta be one of them, champ. Listen, if he ain't CHS2, I think 2 is his favorite number. He could be CHS3. Maybe he morphed. Maybe, okay, I'm not CS2 back. I want to morph. I want to evolve into CHS3 because I'm a rat Pokemon. I'm like Pikachu, nigga. I'm Pikachu turning into Raichu, nigga. I went from CHS2 to CHS3, nigga. Yeah, I'm Pikachu turning into goddamn Raichu, champ. I've evolved, champ. Oh, I'm not just any old rat. I'm a Pokemon rat, and I want static. Yeah, I'm Pikachu. I'm Pikachu, champ. Yeah, that's right. Lightning bolts from his cheeks, champ. Yeah. You got thundered cheeks, pause, nigga. I mean, your buns was out. Thunder cheeks, rat, Pikachu. Kinda makes sense, right? Wack had his buns out. Alright. And allegedly has thunder cheeks. I think we're getting somewhere. Pause. Once again. Let's proceed.
Apparently, CHS3 was able to make multiple controlled narcotics purchases from the Rolling 60s, and he has access to Rolling 60s, limited access to the Rolling 60s. But they thought about it, man, and they say, this dude, CHS3, has been ratting so well since 2019. He's been doing such an up-and-standing job that multiple gang members are starting to get suspicious because whenever he come around, somebody get arrested. So they...
Oh, shit. Well then, that kind of adds up to Wack 102 now, doesn't it? Something going on, man. Listen, am I convinced that Wack is one of these people? He gotta be one of them. I think he's closely more CHS2 than CHS3 though, if I'm being real. Some might think he's CHS3. Right now, we just playing a guessing game, speculating, as I say, speculating, champ. But boy, oh boy, this is crazy. This is wild, man. But yeah, he ain't ever gonna see those hidden informants unless they in the courtroom with him. Just saying.
He said, "Listen, man, CHS3 cannot help us with this investigation because CHS3 provided extensive assistance for another federal investigation since June 2019. And his/her assistance is widely suspected amongst multiple gangs in the Los Angeles area. CHS3 is still able to testify about the information he/she has already provided on the Rolling 60s. The scariest part about all of this, the CHS, the confidential human sources, that list is longer than like a grocery list. And they all still on the streets.
So there's multiple CHSs. I just feel like that CHS2, I don't know, champ. To me, it's very, very, very close, champ. It sounds like Cash McElroy Jones to me. That's Wack 100, by the way. To me, champ. Yeah, to me. Yeah. Listen, we can't put nothing past these guys at all. At all. I'm just saying, we gotta be real about the situation. We ain't about to front and act like these guys ain't pulling no type of police stunts. These police stunts have been done on a regular basis. We've been watching it for some years. Some people act like they don't know that these guys move the way they move, champ. Would we actually be shocked if one of these people is Wack? Listen, nothing surprises me these days. And we already know how guys is already trying to just dry, snitch, and rat on camera on a regular basis or on Clubhouse or what have you. This is just a regular thing for them. This ain't nothing. This is just a regular day at the office. Let's just be real about the situation, gang. But, gang, how do y'all feel about all this in the comment section? Who do you think is out here telling? Who is CHS2 back? Well, CHS2, not back. CHS2 back is the original person that Wack was in other paperwork. Could Wack be CHS2 or CHS3 or another CHS? There is no telling, man. But this is getting crazy, man. Who do you think it is? A lot of people suspect the Wack CHS2. There's very close similarities between the two. I ain't gonna lie. The geography and the behavior is eerily similar. I'm just gonna be honest about the situation. But gang, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. I need y'all to hit the like. I need y'all to hit the hype button. If you are new to the mains channel, you need to make sure you subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell to get updates on all the mains content. And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor, the one and only man, New York Mayor, F. Mom Donnie, and you're rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. Hit the like and hit the hype button, gang. I'm up out of here. Salute.